Wife and I have been married 18 years. We have our 16-year-old daughter who has been dating a slightly shy, awkward young man for around 3 to 4 months now. He seems very nervous around my daughter and has admitted in a passing comment here and there to my wife and I that he can't believe she agreed to date him and he thinks she's way out of his league. He seems very respectful, just shy. My wife is usually an independent, awesome woman and her ideals align closely with mine, particularly in terms of feminism and equality. We have both striven to raise our daughter to be as independent and capable as possible. Since my daughter has been dating this kid, my wife has changed considerably and has given our daughter advice that has left me with raised brows more than once. Some of the advice I've heard my wife give is, "Oh, it's cute for boys to pay for everything, especially in your first relationship." Or, "Oh honey, don't worry about that. He can pay for you. If he really liked you he would," and similar. I've tried to balance this out by telling my daughter straight away, two people in a partnership should be contributing equally, and my personal favorite, if someone asks if they can take you out to dinner, it's reasonable to expect them to pay, but if someone asks you to grab dinner with them, it's reasonable to split the payment. I figured that would be an easy way for a young person to understand the difference. However, I've noticed my daughter becoming more entitled with her boyfriend's money. They haven't been anywhere obviously since we're home, but the way she talks about him, "Oh, I'll just ask him to pay for X, etc., leaves a bad taste in my mouth." She has also flippantly mentioned that she gets him to buy gift cards for her etc. by mentioning her mother's advice, i.e., "If you really liked me you'd pay for X." I spoke to my wife privately and told her my concerns. She insists it's a rite of passage for girls and it's cute that she should feel a guy is completely spoiling her. I told her that it's not cute for her to be thinking it's acceptable to view relationships as personal ATMs, and my wife became very angry with me and is now calling me an asshole with a lot of hostility. NTA, ask your wife how she would feel if his dad told his son, "If she really liked you, you get the idea."
EW, no, not cute. You sir are NTA, your wife and daughter however are. Honestly, I'd call a family meeting and sit down with both of them and explain how damaging this attitude of entitlement can be, both for her and the boys she's going to exploit. If things don't change, give that poor boyfriend of hers a heads up. If he's a good kid, he doesn't deserve to be used if she doesn't actually care about him beyond his wallet.
NTA. This is teaching her to be financially dependent on men and creating a sense of entitlement. Also, assuming he's around her age, it's very unreasonable to expect a 16-year-old to have money to pay for everything of hers in the first place.
It's not cute. NTA, your wife is ta, your daughter is becoming ta. The boy also needs some guidance, but that probably shouldn't come from you. Edit. Read the responses to my comment. There are some good arguments that maybe you should consider talking to the boy yourself. I may have been wrong on that part, but you'll have to decide for yourself.
Encouraging her daughter to exploit her BF financially and being a fierce, independent woman whose ideals align with yours on feminism and equality do not compute. Maybe she is not as fierce and independent as you thought.
NTA for sure. If you really liked me you would pay? Just know. You should talk to your daughter though, ask her if she notices what she is doing and if she really likes him for him and not just his money.
NTA. Your wife's advice is turning your daughter entitled and spoiled. This is not healthy in a relationship of any age, and splitting costs should be how it is. You are completely right about relationships not being personal ATMs. If I was dating someone who started acting increasingly entitled to my money, I'd leave. It's not cool.
NTA at all. Your wife telling her that is extremely harmful. If a guy wants to pay for everything they do that willingly, so does that, and it makes me extremely uncomfortable, but he'll pay for dinner or whatever before I even have a chance to. And I appreciate it, but it makes me uncomfortable. I digress. Please make sure to speak to your daughter about this behavior, please.
NTA, your wife is training your daughter to live outside her means and to rely on others for what she wants. This is a dangerous slope until the "if you love me, you will pay" is directed at you and your wife. It's literally setting her up to think money equals love.